Think you know vampires, sparkly skin, brooding stares, maybe a bat transformation here and there. Well, forget everything you've seen in the movies. The real stories behind these creatures of the night are far more terrifying and way weirder than Hollywood ever dared to show you. Today, we're digging up the graves of vampire folklore to uncover the horrifying truth. Let's travel back in time to a world without modern science, where death was a mysterious and frightening neighbor. When disease swept through a village, leaving a trail of pale, wasting bodies, people needed an explanation. They didn't understand germs or contagion. What they saw was one family member dying, and then another, and another, each growing weaker and paler. Their conclusion: the first to die was somehow returning from the grave to drain the life from the living. This was the birth of the vampire. But these original vampires weren't suave aristocrats in capes. They were grotesque, bloated corpses. In Slavic folklore, they were called uppers or vrik. People believed that certain individuals were more likely to return from the dead, those who were unbaptized, excommunicated, or even just the seventh son of a seventh son. When a suspected vampire was exhumed, its body was often found undecayed, with hair and nails that appeared to have grown, and a swollen, ruddy complexion from the gases of decomposition. Sometimes, blood would even trickle from the mouth. To the terrified villagers, this was undeniable proof that the corpse was feasting on the living. So, how did they stop them? The methods were brutal and varied. The most famous, of course, was staking. But it wasn't just any piece of wood. It often had to be a specific type, like hawthorn or ash, and it had to pierce the heart to pin the creature to its grave. But that was just the beginning. Other methods included decapitation, with the head often placed between the corpse's legs to prevent it from finding its way back. They would also stuff the mouth with garlic or bricks, literally to stop it from chewing its way out of the grave or feeding. In some regions, they would cremate the body entirely, ensuring nothing was left to return. One of the most chilling cases comes from 1725, involving a Serbian man named Petar Blago. After he died, a mysterious illness swept his village, killing 9 people in just over a week. The victims all claimed that on their deathbeds, the deceased Blagojevic had appeared and attacked them. The terrified villagers, against the orders of local officials, exhumed his body. They found it perfectly preserved, with fresh blood in its mouth. They immediately staked and burned the corpse, and the deaths stopped. This account, documented by an Austrian official, spread like wildfire across Europe, fueling the vampire hysteria of the 18th century. It's fascinating how these ancient fears evolved. The bloated, mindless corpse slowly transformed into the intelligent, seductive monster we know today, largely thanks to literature. John Polidori's The Vampire in 1819 gave us the aristocratic, charming villain, a template Bram Stoker would perfect with Dracula in 1897. Stoker's genius was combining historical figures like Vlad the Impaler with Slavic folklore to create the ultimate predator. So, the next time you watch a vampire movie, remember the creature's true origins, not in a gothic castle, but in the terrified imaginations of people trying to make sense of a world filled with death and disease. The reality is a raw, primal fear of the dead refusing to stay dead. Thanks so much for exploring the dark corners of history with me today. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more forgotten lore. Let me know in the comments which monster's true history you want to uncover next. Stay curious, and see you in the next one.